guys, it's Dr. Marra here with a quick update. Today is April 25th, 2013. And as many of you know, there's going to be some eclipses coming up, including the lunar eclipse tonight. And I'm just going to give you a few dates in the future to pay attention to. May 10th is important. There's a solar eclipse. May 25th is a lunar eclipse. October 18th, lunar eclipse, and November 3rd is a solar eclipse. So I'm just giving you an update today to remind you that tonight is the lunar eclipse, and make sure you take in that energy and allow it to do whatever is in your greatest good. These next three specifically eclipses are going to be pretty powerful, I believe. And I guess we'll see what the results of that are. Also, last night I was downloaded with some information, and just general information that I already knew, but it really hit home last night. And I've been doing a lot of consults, and most of the people are asking me why they are blocked. And they got this what they perceive as an energy block, and some of them are right. They do have their own block. However, what was downloaded to me last night specifically was about outside sources. And we all know, generally speaking, of chemtrails and the additives in foods and drugs and, HARP and all these other things. But at least me specifically, I never realized how influential those things, plus other things that we aren't even aware of, are influencing us and trying to prevent us from raising in our vibration, and thereby helping other human beings and the planet and the universe. And it was shown to me on such a microscopic level, just a speck of our light is so powerful that the opposition, some call it the dark side, they've come here to do their job. And in the grander scheme of things, from a higher perspective, if you're looking at this, the bigger picture, so to speak, is that this is an illusion, and we've all come here to play our part. So it's important to remember the bigger picture so that you don't get caught up in the drama with this Boston Marathon thing and the fertilizer plant there in Texas, the nuclear power plant standoff, and all these other things. They're really meant to distract us from our truth and from doing our inner work to help ourselves and humanity. So just remember that those who have incarnated in the lower vibration to play their oppositional part, they're from the light as well. And we say this all the time, but we really don't think about it. We're like, oh, those bad guys. We forget that the bigger picture is we've all come here to just simply play a part. And when we all step out of this illusion, we're all one. We're all energetically connected. And it's almost like, and I keep saying this, but it's just like a theater, a theatrical play. So you're sitting in the audience, you're watching these people, and two of the actors may be best friends off stage, but they play opposing forces on the set. And that's really what's going on here. So I think it's important to remember that, and also know that, and this has happened to me personally within the past week or two, especially the past week, I've gotten really frustrated with not being able to manifest. And what we forget is there are other variables out there that are preventing us from manifesting our true heart's desires, so to speak. And so when I was downloaded last night, it just clicked like, oh, okay, so this isn't all me, because I'm doing the things I'm supposed to. I'm meditating every day. I'm trying to eat the right foods. I'm exercising. I'm going for walks. I'm getting out into nature. I'm drinking lots of fresh spring water. And by doing this and by helping others through consults and all these things, I am doing the work I believe I'm here to do. But when it hits home, and in the sense that you can't manifest yourself, it's like, now what is going on here? I know I'm doing the right things. Then all of a sudden you think, what is the block? If I'm doing my inner work and all these other things, what could possibly be um, opposing my progression? So it's important to remember that if you get really frustrated, that lowers your vibration. And this has been happening to me recently. So I thought it would be important to um, tell you guys, the listeners, that, hey, this is happening to all of us. I'm having many consults, and they're telling me the same things. So um, it's important to remember that, try not to get frustrated and say, okay, look, I'm doing my inner work, and I'll get through this. Another variable is divine timing. So it might not be the exact moment of now that you're supposed to move forward. And we're here to learn some patience this time around, and also forgiveness. So surrender and release those frustrations, and forgive yourself for not being able to manifest in the second that you want to manifest it, and the patience, and forgive all of those who are playing their part and being the opposition. From a higher perspective or a higher vantage point, that's the key, is to forgive. Because if we continue to being drawn into the drama of these things and all these bad people, and that they need to go to jail, or whatever you're thinking, that just perpetuates the problem. Instead, what we're taught here, at least through my downloads, is that we need to send them love and light. And it's the hardest thing, because we have these human emotions where if we get caught up in the drama, we want revenge sometimes, and this isn't right. They shouldn't be doing this, but we forget the bigger picture. So that's what I'm here to tell you, is rise above the drama that's being played out. Some of this drama is actually lower vibratory karmic debt, and I truly believe that they're threatening World War III and all this stuff. I don't believe that that's going to be allowed to happen. And there's universal law. So we've incarnated into this thing, and we're allowed to go so far with playing the opposition and playing this drama. But when it starts to really, really affect the planet or the universe, there's other people involved. It's not just us, human beings, that's being affected. And so when I say there's universal law, I mean, we can play things to a point. But if we were to, say, try to create World War III right now, nuclear weapons, we've already seen time and time again that they've been disarmed. So it proves to me that, in the grander scheme of things, in the bigger picture, what's being played out right now is these last final throws, these last gasps, if you will, from the opposition. And it may continue for a while, but it's up to humanity how long this lasts. And the sooner we can wake one another up and allow each other to see what's really going on, and to step into our true power, which is up there. And when I say up there, I'm talking about a higher dimensional being looking down at it from a higher vantage point and saying, okay, this is the global picture. You were here, and now you're down here. And if you allow yourself to get sucked into the drama, then it lowers your vibration, and you can't reach these higher awarenesses and this higher vantage point, or you forget. So sometimes it's important to just turn the TV off. And I haven't had one in a couple years. I do check the internet to see what's been going on, but if I find that it's really bringing me down and I'm getting emotional over it, I have to shut it off, because I know that it just brings my vibration down. And the only reason I'm looking into these things is so that I'm aware, so that when people contact me and say, are you aware of this that happened? What do you think of it? I have to look at it from a higher perspective, but if I'm not aware of it, I can't even give any advice or observation. So that's the reasons why I'm even bringing it up now, because people are dealing with it. And there has to be somebody to bridge the gap from, the lower vibration to where we're going, these higher vibrations. And some of these messages that we get, these channeled messages that a lot of people are talking about, and I watch them myself, you have to take in what rings true to you, because your truth might be a little different than what they're saying, but there may be some points that you might get. And these higher dimensional beings, whether it be us from the future that are coming back, or if it's multidimensional, however you want to look at it, these beings are talking about our highest potential. So if they were to come down and talk about lower thought processes, that doesn't allow us to reach higher, to these higher perspectives. And what I've learned is you can't take a kid or kindergartner and teach them trigonometry without basic mathematics. So they're speaking of a higher plane of awareness, higher consciousness, and they're doing their part. But somebody has to play the part of the bridge to bridge the gap between kindergarten and doctorate degree or master's degree, however you want to look at it. And so sometimes we forget that there's a process. And the way the universe works, it's generally a gradual, slow process. And some of us that have woken up years ago or from birth have been frustrated because we see the finish line. We want to get there, but we miss a lot of things, a lot of steps along the way, a lot of inner soul growth personally and humanity as well. And this was a lesson for me, and that's why I'm putting it out there. I'm not immune to all these things. I'm in human form. I have these awarenesses, and I'm downloaded with this information, but I thought it was important to come on and say, okay, don't forget about the eclipses that are coming up. They're very, very important in your soul growth, and they got some high energies. We're going to see some major changes on the earth, I believe. I'm just giving general predictions. I'm not going to say anything negative or positive, anything. I just know, just because by virtue of the energies, we're going to see some changes. And I look at it as positive. I'm excited. I'm looking down the road going, come on, let's get this going. I want, humanity to wake up. We all want to be in this Aquarius age, but, it's one of those things where you can't get from A to Z without going through the rest of the alphabet. So, again, do all the things you're supposed to. Meditate, meditate, meditate. If you need to talk to anybody, I'm here. For the month of April, again, for first-time clients, I'm doing these free consultations, whether it be energy healing, whether it be, just angel card readings or consult. If you just want to talk to somebody because you've been having experiences such as, you're having these ghostly experiences, they're astral or angelic or ET or interdimensional. I've had these personal experiences myself, and I've been to different places on the planet that raised your vibration so that you could perceive these things even more so. So, again, if you need anything, contact me or contact other people. There are other people in your areas, I'm sure. There's lots of light workers out there. Wherever you feel guided to go, there is help. And the more we band together with like-minded people, just by discussing these things, where our energies are interchanging and we're raising our vibrations. And by doing that, it's a domino effect that happens across the globe. So meditate, meditate, meditate. Lots of spring water, lots of fresh vegetables and fruits. If you get a craving for meat, I can't say don't do it, because your body is telling you, I need that. So sometimes you have to try to push yourself away from it if it's more of a habit, but pray over it. Transmute and transcend the lower vibratory frequencies or energies that are in it if it's not that high of a frequency of a meal, such as things that are naturally occurring. And that's about it. I think I rambled enough. And again, if you guys need anything, go to my website, aguidinglight.com, and put in a request. And until then, I'm going to send you guys love, light, and laughter.